So this one is going to be like, say for instance, on your interior, you get like permanent marker, or you got a real bad dye, like, or you got like Kool-Aid that spilled really, really, really bad. Now, nothing will ever get red all the way 100% out, but this will probably get about 85, 90% out.
So could you use that to shampoo your carpet and everything?
You could, but I wouldn't recommend it because this would be a very expensive shampoo carpet.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to be 100% real with you. The next one we're going to talk about is going to be splat. So this is going to be pretty quick because I'd rather go on hands-on.
Okay.
So splat, this right here is almost a universal pre-soak that we have. This will get off all those bugs. Say you've been driving at night. We've done a whole bunch of videos on this. The good thing about this is that if it dries in the sun, that you can re-wet it and it'll fully rinse off and it won't stain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now, we do recommend diluting this very, very strong. Now it says 1 to 48. My recommendation to start diluting this off is at 1 to 17.
117.
So that means you're gonna barely put in less than 3 ounces into that bottle and pour the rest water for this thing to work. But yeah, this is right here is probably our number one pre-soak that we actually have to offer for detailers. The wash and wax, yeah. So this is gonna be before you would apply that.
Oh, okay.
Yep. This is gonna be orange crush. So this is gonna be a orange solvent-based degreaser. So this is right here is gonna be used, my recommendation anywhere from, for really, really, really bad engines that are really like a whole bunch of oil and grease, like 3 to 1 on that. And then you can use it on interiors all the way up to like 15 to 1, 10 to 1. And you'll still get really, really, really good maximum use out of this one.
So it's just regular spray bottle. Don't put it in
Regular spray bottle.
Put it in a pressure washer.
You don't need to put it in a, I mean, you could put it in a foam cannon or in a pressurized foam cannon if you really want, or an IK sprayer like that. But this is just perfectly just out of a regular spray bottle. This is going to be like our best interior and also can be used for degreasers and engines as well. Dynamite. So this is our strongest degreaser. Now this can get paint off of the wall. So don't use this straight. I don't even recommend it 50-50 even, because it's still going to be strong. This right here is going to be for people who clean concrete, pressure washers, who clean buildings, who do demo stuff like that, because this is going to get all that bad gunk and stuff out of there. So if you're pressure washing, or if you want to use something that's going to start stripping walls and stuff like that, you're cleaning this right here at 4 to 1, 5 to 1, this would be your money. Yes, sir. Now, my personal favorite is going to be our Black Scorpion. So this right here isn't our strongest, but it also is our most diverse though, because there's a whole bunch of new technology where it emulsifies the oil, where it gunks the oil up, as opposed to making it just spread out and thin. This actually makes it almost like a little thicker version of the oil, so it's easier to scrape out. I have people diluting this all the way down to clean carpets at 40 to 1 even. Do I recommend that? No, but I'm not going to tell you. If you found the process that makes it work that way, then by all means. But this to me is our number one degreaser. If I were to go to your shop, this is what I'm using it to impress you. It smells like black cherries.
It works good.
It works good. Like I'm sure you, yeah, as I'm saying, you use it already. But yeah, this right here, guys, is our number one degreaser, in my personal opinion. Very dilutable, very diverse. Doesn't just clean, it turns all the wheels brown on the tires. It gets all that oil and everything out too. Now, a red wasp, hot cinnamon. Everyone's familiar with a hot cinnamon degreaser. This is our version of a hot cinnamon degreaser. It smells like cinnamon. It goes on hot. What I mean it goes on hot is the chemical reaction is actually going to elevate that temperature on that surface to a hotter version. So that's what heat. You use hot water to clean your clothes and clean your dishes, right? What does heat do? Heat cleans everything a lot quicker. So that this will raise that surface temperature up because the chemical reaction that's happening to the surface. But yeah. Purple stuff. If you're from Houston, you already know what purple stuff is. This is a universal thing in Houston. Now, this is going to be your all generic, your down and dirty, just plain degreaser. It doesn't have any fragrance. Will clean really well. I see a lot of people using acid and degreaser at the same time to get a little effect. This is what you're going to be using. This is going to be very economical. Dilute it out 5 to 1, 4 to 1, and you're good to go. Last but not least, our newest addition to our line is going to be our 519. Now, this right here can do almost everything that these can do, but at a higher concentrate. So I would put this in a foam cannon, and I could use this as my stripping soap, as my pre-soak, and a degreaser all at one time. It's going to clean my tires. It's going to clean the body paint. It's going to get all whatever protection I had, though, off of that vehicle. Now, if I were to do a ceramic coating, this is what I would use. This, our Lemonicious or our Super Soap, because these are going to be our 3 main pre-soaks or / soaps that we use to strip everything down. Now, 2 ounces in the foam cannon, 3 ounces or 4 ounces in a bucket, and you're good to go. If you're going to put this in a bucket, I highly recommend wearing gloves because it will cause some skin irritation. I have seen it happen. It has happened to me before. It will irritate your skin if you don't use proper gloves. But we recommend using gloves for all of our chemicals, though, just because you want to make sure your hands and your body's safe to begin with. And so, but this right here is probably going to be our #1 seller coming up soon, just because it's so universal, man. Any questions about anything? Processes, procedures? No?
I'll go in real quick.
Oscar, you want to come up?
Yeah, am I on the frame yet? Good morning, guys. Thanks, Zach, for going through over that. Hold one more. Just put it on the stinger side. One thing that I wanted to touch on was what Zach did as far as the dilutions is just hold on and listen to what the actual dilution is. Some of these are up to 240. So we are working on a class to come in to talk up here with Zach, Connor, and Bruno to actually go out there and teach a dilution class. I did this in Miami for our guys out there. Big shout out to Top Tier for having me out there 3 weeks ago. And it really works out because a lot of the chemicals, and you can agree out there in the industry right now, are all ready to use. And these are not ready to use. We do have some like Splat in our bottle up here is ready to use. But when it's 1 to 48, and we have detailers that go out there and say, hey, this doesn't work, or it's too strong, or I'm burning something, it's because they're not diluting. So the biggest thing that I want to drive when it comes to the actual degreasers that Stenger carries here is actually read the label and read the dilutions. If it says 1 to 50, like Zach said, that's still strong. You're cleaning concrete, you're cleaning walls, you're cleaning garage doors. That's like 1 to 50. So you might want to dilute that. So really, what does 1 to 50 look like on a 32-ounce bottle? That's very, very minimal chemical, and the rest is water. So for your detailers out there, for the mobile guys, the guys in shops, when you're buying a gallon of this, it's just not you're buying a gallon, you're going to get rid of it in a few cars. That gallon's going to last you a long time if you are properly diluting it. And that's what we want to drive is how to properly dilute it and actually getting it done. Because 1 gallon is going to last you. For storefronts, when you're selling this, make sure you're pushing this information to the detailers on how to properly dilute it. It's just.
Absolutely. My biggest thing is whenever I would pour one of those gallons into an empty 5-gallon bucket and be like, now you mix this still 3 to 1. I mean, that's how I would always go to a shop, and that's how I would recommend diluting our products. Pour this 1 gallon into a 5-gallon, and then you cut that still.
So you're just cutting it down. So again, 1 gallon, what's it running to at retail price here? Obviously, it's a little bit different where you're at, but we all have our shelf pricing out there for all our storefronts, so it should be across the same. So if I'm spending $24.99 on a gallon of degreaser or $35.99, I'm not just going to use that 1 gallon and call it quits in a day or two. That gallon should be lasting you a lot of vehicles. That's a lot of 32-ounce bottles if you're properly diluting it.
Absolutely.
One thing that I've seen out there, especially as a detailer, I've done it myself when I first started. Yep, that looks like it's good enough. Run it, and now you're ruining the cars. You're ruining the plastics. You're burning rims. You're just spraying on there. It is very hot here in Houston.
No,
Look forward to going outside and trying out these chemicals. But again, it's one of those things where you just have to know how to dilute. And I promise you, we are coming up with a class on that. We will be standing up here with beakers. We're not going to be wearing white shirts like chemists, but it's just to teach you all how to properly dilute and then we're gonna go outside to the shop to Bruno's area, and we're gonna show you that they work at 1 to 50, at 1 to 10, at 1 to 48. And they do work because that's what Stinger does. They make good chemicals.
We do. Can't help it.
All right, any questions for you? I know we got our distributor here. We got someone in the class all the way from Costa Rica today, so we're gonna show him what's going on.
Nah, my dilution thing, that's what I gotta work on. 'Cause
What's that?
I'm not getting the proper usage out of mine because I'm not diluting right. Sometimes I'm putting too much.
Absolutely.
It is, and putting too much chemical on something, you can end up damaging it.
Yeah, I've seen.
You know, I've seen chemicals do some harm to car, to paints, to carpets, to plastics, to rims. Whether the rims are coated, they're protected, not protected, raw aluminum. I've seen them etched into that where you got to sit there and now you got to take out a sander and start sanding that down to get the etching out, depending on how long you left it in this beautiful hot weather that we have here in Houston.
Absolutely. It's gorgeous. It's great for
And
moisturizing.
you can do more damage. And again, the thing is, when you're buying these chemicals, I guarantee you that all the instructions are on the side. We as detailers just don't like to read. We like big pictures and numbers and be like, that's what I'm using, right? Hey man, Marine Corps, I know, trust me. I don't want to read the fine print. But we need to start getting to the basics. Start reading the fine print so you're not damaging your customers' vehicles. The last thing we want is for something to go wrong in your business and you're blaming the manufacturer when I'm going to turn around and be like, well, did we read the label? You know, it's just reading the label. It's been tested. Zach's been with this company obviously a lot longer than I have, so he's seen a lot more than I have. I'm still learning from him, but just read the labels. That's all we can drive is because, and if you have questions, get a hold of us through Facebook, through Instagram, send us a message. We're on that all the time. Give us a call here to customer service. Call Zach. He'll come out and see you in the Houston area.
Every time.
But get a hold of us if you don't know how to use them because we will teach you how to properly dilute it. And it does seem crazy to have a gallon that literally says 1 to 240. You got to get a drop. You got to get a dropper, right?
Yep.
Just to get that dilution on a 32-ounce bottle. But again, how long is this going to last you? If I go in there and just start pouring, I'm going to do some damage.
Don't get me wrong. I love people who makes it 50-50. I make more money that way. But I'd rather you mix it correctly and that way you don't damage anything. You'd be like, hey, Zach, you sold me a product that's real strong. And it makes you last longer, it makes you more money. And then at the end, we're all happy. So that's the way we look at it here. Majority of our products are water starved. If you add water to them, they work even better. So people don't understand that, especially our degreasers. Every single one of these degreasers, you add water to them, they work stronger than what they are if you don't mix them. So,
Questions?
any questions? Anything online?
Nope.
Luis?
Any questions out there on
Anything
YouTube?
on YouTube? Any questions on YouTube? No.
All right, we're going to continue to do these short classes when it comes to actually doing the product and talking about the products. If you want to come out to Houston, you can come out to Houston. Be like these gentlemen here. We're going to take them outside in this beautiful, hot, humid weather, and we're going to test these chemicals out. Our Costa Rica distributor's like, no, we're not. It's not going to happen. But yeah, that's what we end up doing here. We're keeping the classes a little bit shorter when it comes to the online to create longer content for you, more content for you. Tune in this afternoon as we're going to be talking about
Our soaps.
our car soaps, how to use them, how to dilute them, and then we go outside and we actually test them out. If you want to get a hold of us, reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, go on the website, fill out an inquiry. I love getting those from Warren.
Absolutely.
Our CEO is still very involved in this company where he emails us, he reviews all of those. So if you have any questions, reach out to us. Anything else, Zach?
That's it.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good one.
Easy, short, to the point for YouTube. Now, what do you guys really
We're coming live.
frame? Yes. You're in
Good to
frame.
go?
You see it?
Oh. Welcome back, guys. Thanks again for joining us. I'm Zach. Came back from lunch. Thanks again for coming back with us. We're going to talk about soaps now. We talked about degreasers in the very beginning. Now we're going to talk about soaps. So we're going to start off with our ceramic shampoo. This is our newest shampoo that we just came out with. So this does have SiO2 qualities into it, built into it. It is going to be your ceramic booster wash that you're going to offer your customers after you ceramic coat their vehicles. Hey, every 3 months, let me boost your ceramic. So you're going to be using our ceramic shampoo, and you're also using our ceramic spray sealant at the end, which is going to be all the way at the very end down there, that yellow one. That's what you're going to be using to add boost to your ceramics. And it has all the properties, the hydrophobicity, the water beating, and it's also going to give you 3 weeks protection. So this is going to be your ultimate wash and wax, or your wash and wax on steroids. So that's what this is. It does have a nice foaming ability to it. It smells like berries. Very, very. So if your customers want to show they're watching you wash their vehicles, they can smell it. They can see how it goes on. So it's not going to be a high, thick foam. This is going to be very minimal foam, almost like a medium to low foam. So ultimate wash and wax. This is going to be. So we had issues with a lot of our outsourced companies or guys in general using our wash and wax, which is our regular one. It was irritating their skin. So this one is a little bit softer on your skin. It has a little bit more wax into it. It doesn't foam up as much as all our other ones, just because there's a wax naturally built into it. Most waxes and silicones that are built into soaps don't provide a high foam. So this is going to be your ultimate wash and wax, which is a little bit softer on your hands, but a little bit more silicone, a little bit more shine. This is going to be your plain regular wash and wax. Both of these can go in a foam cannon if you really want. You get your ultimate use, though, out of the bucket. Talk about Bubblicious. Bubblicious is going to be your foam cannon soap. This is going to be your soap that's going to be your thickest foam. Everyone wants a snow foam. Is the new word on the market right now is snow foam. Excuse me, you like it too? So this is going to be your Bubblicious. This is going to be our snow foam, our version of snow foam. This is going to be real thick, really, really, really. Dwell time on the paint is going to last a lot longer, so it can lift the dirt. And like I said, this Bubblicious is to me our biggest and best foamer. So just depending on some customers do like that show, some of them don't. So this is going to be that big one. Now our cherry suds. Our cherry suds is also formulated for a foam cannon. It has a cherry smell, as opposed to the bubblegum smell you're going to be getting from the Bubblicious. But it doesn't. It foams, but it doesn't have that high, thick foam like the Bubblicious will. Great for ATVs, great for stuff like that. Regular cars on the road. Now, those ATVs that are really, really muddy and dirty, I would probably go with our Super Soap, which is going to be our next one. So this is going to be our degreaser / soap that has a degreaser built into it, so it has a lot more cleaning power. So the 702 and the 518 are going to be our stripping soaps. Those are going to be the ones that give you the most cleaning action that we have to offer. So say, for instance, you're going to be ceramic coating a vehicle. So you're going to pull out our Super Soap, or you're going to pull out our 518, our Lemonlicious. Those are going to be the ones that start breaking down all the protections that you had. They're going to start stripping those away from that paint. Whereas you wouldn't want to use a wash and wax or a ceramic shampoo if you're going to be doing ceramic coating, because you're applying protection and wax is on top of the paint surface again. So you want something that's not going to have that in there. So you want something that's going to take it off. So that's why we would use our Super Soap and our Lemonlicious. Now, Super Soap smells like banana. Lemonlicious smells like lemon. It's all about personal preference. That's why we offer. That's why Stinger makes so many different soaps, because we give that option. So whenever whatever issue or whatever your customer wants, you'll have that option. You know, you can give them a wash and wax, or you can give them a ceramic shampoo, or you can just give them just a plain Jane soap. You know, whatever your basic wash is, you know what I mean? This is Super Soap, Lemonlicious, Blue Car Soap. Those are going to be your most economical soaps that we have to offer. So our Blue Car Soap, this is going to be your generic bucket soap. Now, you can put it in a foam. You can put any of these in a foam cannon, except for our waterless, because it's waterless for a reason. But our Blue Car Soap, any of these can go in a foam cannon. Now, Are they formulated for a foam cannon? Not all the way. You get your best economical use out of a bucket with these three. But if you feel like your process is a lot quicker with a foam cannon, feel free. There's no wrong way to wash a vehicle. We're all about results driven. We're just trying to give you a little bit way quicker of doing things. That's what we're here for. Now our waterless wash. So you're asking me a lot about waterless. If it's just easier to maintain a vehicle with. Now, maintaining a vehicle in your garage, me personally, I wouldn't use a waterless. I would use like a spray detail, a quick detailer, like a Showroom Shine or Carnauba Dream Shine, and just spray and wipe with a microfiber. Now, this is going to be for people who go to like businesses in downtown Houston where they can't have any running water, or you can't have a lot of running water to begin with, and you don't want to bring your whole trailer or your van in. You'd be like, hey, let me go hit a couple cars, hit it with a waterless wash. So what this is, you're going to mix this waterless wash 10 to 1. You're going to get a real wet microfiber. You're going to get a real dry one. So you're going to spray the vehicle by section. With the wet one, you're going to get all the dirtiness off. And then with the dry one, you're going to dry out that wet, and you're going to polish it out with that dry, and it's going to leave it nice and shiny. So that's what this is. So now this is our waterless. So now this is a great offer. Say, for instance, rainy days like this, you can go to downtown, go to, or different office buildings or doctor's offices and be like, hey, let me hit your cars while they're outside real quick, and give you some protection, get all that dust layer film off. That's what that's perfectly for. And then, like I said, back to our showrooms, our Lemonlicious, which is just going to be your very generic stripping soap. Smells like lemon. Great out of a foam cannon. Nice high foam. So just depending on, like I said, what you're trying to accomplish, it'll cover everything. Any questions?
Yes.
Yeah, talk to me.
Between the washing wax and the Bubblicious, is it really needed? Do you really not need that washing wax? Should it just be using the Bubblicious with using foam cannon?
So you can use the wash and wax in the foam cannon easily, perfectly fine. What the wash and wax will do, something that the Bubblicious won't, it'll leave a nice shine behind. That's where that wax that's built comes into play. So I'm not saying it's not going to leave it dull by any means, but this will leave you can definitely see a difference in the shine from the wash and wax and the Bubblicious.
And it's fine in the bucket.
Fine in the bucket, fine in the bucket, fine in the foam cannon. Yeah, absolutely. Fine in either or. Anything else, gentlemen? Or you rather me just show you now how everything works?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Anything else, Luis? Any questions online? No? All right, guys, like Oscar said, we're trying to keep these classes shorter and more direct. So feel free to come to Houston if you ever want any of these trainings. We're going to be going outside to do these hands-on. Feel free to contact us again, and we'll see y'all soon. Thanks again, guys. That's it.